Hello everyone, how are you all? Most welcome to today's session. And our journey is from the first chapter to chapter 6 of class 7 social science. Today we are eagerly waiting our beautiful chapter, the chapter 6 class 7th part 2. The chapter name is the age of reorganization. The age of reorganization. What do you mean by the chapter reorganization? Reorganization means, see, already in the first video itself I have defined the chapters properly. Still then I am a little bit talking again what is reorganization. After the big empire, the Magadha, Bihar, it came into declined, or it came into end or collapsed with the great Ashoka emperor of a great empire, Magadha. The Mauryan Empire comes down with that. Thereafter, the biggest empire was fragmented or made into small pieces. And that small pieces independently organized themselves as small kingdom. That is the meaning of reorganization. What do you mean by reorganization? The biggest empire, so-called Magadha, is fragmented or made into small pieces. Thereafter, the small pieces, the small kingdoms were reorganized or policed properly or constructed properly and ruled by the small kings. Kings is called reorganization. Okay, you know what is the cause of downfall of the Satavahanas? Before Satavahanas, even Shunga dynasty, after the downfall of the biggest empire, so-called Chandragupta Maurya's time, the Magadha empire, it declined. Thereafter, slowly came into Shunga dynasty, came into power. Thereafter, after Shunga dynasty, Satavahanas also came into power, or they became powerful. But every kings and kingdoms becomes powerful, and then slowly, gradually they decline. That is the fate of the kings and kingdom, so to say. So here, see, here the downfall of the Satavahana second dynasty by 3rd century to CE, maybe 13th century CE. You know what is that BC and CE? I have talked already throughout my classes. From chapter 1 to chapter 6, what is the concept of or meaning of BCE and CE or AD, Anno Dominum or Anno Domini? All detail I have spoken, nothing to explain that one. Those are watching, you may be aware of the class. And thank you so much. All of you are watching my YouTube channel. Many of them have really liked the channel and shared it also. Hearts of you, my dear guys. Okay. And let us discuss the cause and the reason for the downfall of the Satavahanas. What is the main reason of the downfall or decline of the Satavahanas or Satavahana dynasty? The main reason is the weak administration of the center. The weak administration of the center. The central power became weak, means powerless, means definitely the kingdom will collapse. The kingdom will collapse. The king was weak. Then king could not gather up the money power, or could not annex or extend the territories. Maybe that is the main reason of the downfall of the Satavahanas. That's all. And after the downfall of Satavahanas, another kingdom, that is the fact I have been speaking also. These kings and kingdoms, empire and emperors, somebody will take over, somebody will go down, somebody will collapse, somebody will rise. That is an inevitable fact, or it is this is a fact, right? And then who is coming after Satavahanas? See the coming of the Chedis. And coming of the Chedi dynasty, the biggest dynasty after the Satavahanas. Chedi dynasty, the important king. Who was the important king? Kavita, Pallavi can be, Pallavi is there, Pallavi is not there. Okay, Kavita, can you answer who is the very powerful king of the Chedi dynasty? Okay, before you answer, already answer is written on the board. This Kharavela is the powerful king of the Chedi dynasty or Chedis. This coming of the Chedis, and this Kharavela is also rightly called Vikshus Raja. What is Vikshus Raja? Vikshus Raja means Viksha is begging king, begging. Hope I'm teaching English to English. I think many of you are understanding my language. I'm not using the high profile English, ordinary language I'm speaking, just common English that you can understand. Any guys can understand that I'm speaking very common English. Okay, so Vikshus Raja. Vikshus Raja is a begging king. Begging means asking somebody something in order to survive. That is called begging. So he begged for his people, begged to the common ordinary people, and he lived. That is the Vikshus Raja. And monk king. What is the meaning of monk? Monk means a sage. Sages. Rishi king. He was a Rishi king. Why he is called Rishi king? Pallavi. Why Kharavela is called a Rishi king or monk king? Because he accepted the teachings or promoted the teachings of Jaina thoughts. You know, Jainism, Buddhism, and all those which spreaded, and religious teaching was well accepted in the Magadha and throughout even North Korea, South Korea, even Japan, and many of the other foreign countries accepted Buddhism. Jaina thoughts are very much influenced, accepted. And Jaina, what is that Jaina thoughts? The Kharavela, the great Vikshu king. Why called Vikshu? He promoted ascetic life and constructed council. Accepted what he accepted? Ascetic life. Ascetic, what do you mean by ascetic life? Ascetic means just living life with the limited things. Not so luxurious life, not comfortable life, sacrificing oneself and living with the minimum things is called ascetic life. That life was accepted during the period of Kharavela the Great. That's why Kharavela accepted meaningfully and promoted Jaina thoughts. What is Jaina thoughts? Sacrificing life. And he constructed or he founded a council, and he built very well known gumphas or caves, Udaygiri and Khandagiri. Many of you must have visited Bhubaneswar, Odisha. You must have, if you are going to Bhubaneswar or going to Odisha, you have to visit these two caves, very important caves, that is called Udaygiri and Khandagiri, located in Bhubaneswar. Hope you have gone. Rakesh, have you visited ever to Odisha state? The beautiful states, a lot of cultural heritage you can find there. And there you can, beautiful cave also you can find, that is called Udaygiri and Khandagiri. And cave in Bhubaneswar, Odisha. Okay, see, the Kharavela, the great king of Chedi dynasty, constructed that Udaygiri and Khandagiri caves, gumphas, and where these people, saintly people of Jainism or Jaina saintly peoples, hermits, rishis, they lived in that cave with the minimum things, begging and living. That is mendicant. Another word also you can, mendicant life, begging and living a simple life. That is the religious thought, the idea of religious concept or idea, that is Kharavela accepted. Therefore, he is rightly called Vikshu Raja or monk king. That's why we say he is a king of or monk king or Vikshu Raja. And then promoted skills, art and craft, artifact work. My God, see. And Udaygiri, Khandagiri, if you go and see beautiful artifacts, beautiful artworks, beautiful design works you can see. You see, they have carved on the stone. They have carved and made a lot of pictures and pictographies you can see there. That's beautiful, scenery beautiful. The big rocks, big stones are such a way designed and carved it with a lot of images. That's what you can see. Please don't mind. I urge you everybody to go and visit Odisha, Udaygiri and Khandagiri Gumpas. That's a skill art craft work. Military campaign, yes. Kharavela the Great from Chedi dynasty, he also promoted one more thing. What is that? Military campaign. He captured territories, annexed the territories. He became powerful in that during his time, and he was highlighted in all his works, great works. For example, craft works, artworks, skilled works, and all these all every work was his greatness was inscript. What is inscription, my dear student? Rajesh, can you say, man, what is the meaning of inscription? Inscription. You are not able to tell? No, I will explain. What is inscription? Inscription is nothing but the great deeds, great work of the kings were written and kept. That is called inscription. You are not written that ordinarily that modern day say AI people, you are all using lot of high quality papers and pens, but those days they were writing in the palm leaves, on the walls, on the different type of bronze walls. All those is called inscript. Like scribbling and keeping the record is called inscript. Maybe wall, big wall, maybe in the hard surface of the things they were writing and keeping. That is called inscription meaning. And one more thing also, Hathi Gumpa. Another Hathi Gumpa you can find in Odisha. That is another artifact or so-called art and craft work. You can see that inscripted work we can see in Hathi Gumpa. He made a council of sages, rishi, ascetic life. Great. Salute to you, Kharavela. The great Chedi dynasty's important and powerful king who made a council of sages. That's a council of sages. That means he made a group, a member of some sages. Sages means holy people like Rishi and ascetic life living with the minimum things. Minimum thing, not comfort, not these days that students of AI students not able to live with the minimum. They want a lot of luxuries, lot of comfort, and seek for a lot of gorgeous life. No, that's not the concept of Jaina thoughts that Kharavela accepted. The council, he constructed council and promoted the life of asceticism or ascetic life. With this, the North India aspect is over. The picture what happened after Satavahanas, coming up of Chedi dynasty in the north, Odisha, Odisha, Bihar, so in this north area. And then what was during those time, maybe 250, 3rd century BC, what was happening in the south? South means Deccan Plateau states, like so-called south means Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Odisha, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, and the Andhra Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh. What was happening the other part of our country actually those days in 200 century BC or 2000 century BC before? And at that time there was another dynasties were existing happily, and they were very powerful also in the south. These dynasties were Cheras, Cholas, and Pandyas in the 2nd and 3rd century were very much powerful. Even it is history is telling that even Chandragupta Maurya, even Ashoka the Great, even Satavahanas, even Shunga dynasty could not venture, could not disturb these kings. Independently, they organized See here, reorganized. They reorganized as independent states or independent kingdom, and they ruled their own dynasty, like Chera dynasty, rise of Chera dynasty, Cholas and Pandyas in the 2nd and 3rd century. That's the evidence we get here. Even during the time of Mauryan and Satavahanas, the kingdoms in the south could not become or could become powerful. See, that means even during in the presence of the Mauryan Empire, in the presence of the Satavahanas, in the presence of the Shunga dynasty, they were very powerful in the south. So-called Deccan Plateau states like Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, or Madhya Pradesh, like that. See, they were very powerful. These dynasties, keep in mind. So, which are the dynasties became powerful in the South India? Pallavi, Pallavi is silent. Kavita, can you tell, beta, please? No, okay. Let me tell. During the time of 2nd and 3rd century BC, these are the dynasties who Chera, Cholas, and Pandyas were very powerful in the south. And how do we know that they were powerful? There is a Sangam literature written in Prakrit language, Prakrit script. Prakrit speaking ordinary Sanskrit language it was written. Sangam literature. What do you mean by literature actually? Literature means writing and readings are part of the or masterpieces are called literature. So writing scriptical work or writing work is called literature. Sangam literature described about the great work of the kings. Great work of the kings. This Sangam literature is talking about the great work of the great of these kings who were talked about 3 crowned kings. My God, see these kings of this dynasty, Chera, Chola, and Pandya dynasties were 3 crowned kings. Crowned, they were the like Rajas, Maharajas. These kings, who is telling us the powerful work of the this Chola, the Pandyas, and Chera's dynasties king? Sangam literature is telling us, giving us evidences, giving us proofs that they were very powerful, and it was described about the great work of these kings. Okay, 3 crowned kings, and all the more what the Sangam literature is talking, describe about skills, heroism, and kings. See what qualities it is talked or promoted? Skills, of course, craft work, artwork, and heroism. The way powerful people, the kings were very powerful. They had heroic capacity to annex or fight against another kings. That the heroism the Sangam literature is promoting or talking about the kings of heroic work and the skilled work of the kings and people also, of course, and that's all about. And then flourished economically and agriculturally flourished. See, that's what the South Indian the dynasties, how they flourished and which were their assets, the skilled work, heroic work, and the powerful kings agriculturally flourished as well as economically flourished. My dear students, hope you are understanding. And Chera, Chola, Pandyas, these kingdoms are called Mahajanapadas. Mahajanapada, concept of Janapada and Mahajanapadas. I have talked previous chapters and so on, even chapter 1 to 6 that we are journeying or we are discussing, and today class 7 social science chapter 6 and part 1 video also is over. This is of part 2 of the same chapter, and part 3 is very interesting. Don't miss my class. Please don't miss. I will be talking the history of ordinary people. All this history and historical work, great work, all great work is described about the kings and the Maharajas. But what about the history of the common people? Is nothing is talked, nothing is described or talked or explained. There is a small historical fact. I will be speaking to you the history of the ordinary people. with the story of the epic of the anklet. Stay tuned. Next class you will have that story. I will be speaking you that story perfectly. You will understand. That is मजा आ गया really. सार का क्लास इतना मजा है, ऐसे आप लोग बोलोगे मजा आ जाएगा. ये वाला स्टोरी के लिए इंतजार करके रहना है. Wait and watch. I will be coming in the next class. Stay tuned. Up to this, you need to keep in mind that the Chola ruled 13th century BC to 13th century AD, means another meaning. Powerful king. And the Chola dynasty's powerful king was Karikala. Karikala. What all names, my dear? Sir, what all names this king's name? Yeah, that's what to do. That the king's name I have to tell. If you are not able to pronounce the name of the kings, you need to repeat after me as you watch my class. Okay, Karikala. Karikala was the powerful king of the Chola dynasty. Okay, Kavya, Pallavi, are you able to tell what is the name of the Chola ruler's great king? Chola dynasty great king was Karikala. Who defeated even Chedis, Cheras and Pandyas. See, they were all independently very powerful in the South India. But being powerful, there is a Karikala, the Chola dynasty ruler, defeated Chedis, Cheras and Pandyas in the South India. And he became very powerful hero. That's why Karikala, salute to you. You became a powerful king in the Chola dynasty. And then what happened? The next and then of course established supremacy. Yes, this Karikala, the ruler or king of the Chola dynasty or Chola, and he defeated all those people and established the power of supremacy. Established supremacy. What do you mean supremacy? Supremacy means ultimate power. Meaning of supremacy. See, all the word meanings, all the word I will be spelling up and telling all the meanings. You need to, these all points what I have written, you need to write down in your notebook. And you will see how improvement you have. You will be improving all the word meanings I will be talking also. And then don't forget all the word meanings plus all the question answer of this chapter 1 to 6, or all the chapters I will be giving you, and you need to find in the below given description box. There you will find all the answers and hard word meaning. See, supremacy, who? The Karikala, what he did? He defeated these Chedis, Cheras and Pandyas and established, founded, constructed, founded, established the supremacy. Supremacy means ultimate power. He established in whole of the South India. That's the credit goes to Karikala. That's all, my dear student. And then the small story of the ordinary people, the history of the ordinary people, I will be dramatizing in the next class. A very nice story, epic of anklet. Anklet, the people wear in leg, this anklet, and what is that? There is a story, and that's the ordinary people were using that anklet, and what is the meaning actually, epic of the anklet, that story, I will be talking to you, I will be explaining that story. Stay tuned, don't forget to watch my classes, okay? And thank you so much, everyone is watching my class. And you are liking also, thank you. I got a lot of people also subscribe. The salute to you, thank you to you. Keep on liking my class and keep on sharing your friends and keep on subscribing my class and my channel. Thank you, stay tuned. Have a nice time. Bye bye.